hold on to your hats and sit down in your saddles. It's time for a TUBCAST, y'all. Woohoo! I haven't been this excited since I pulled that prickly thorn out of my hindquarters. Welcome to the TUBCAST. My name is Eric. And as always, I'm joined by Kyle.
Hello.
But not Jeremy, because he doesn't exist anymore. Just like Santa.
Wait, it's his birthday today, so wish him a happy birthday.
He's gone. Santa's birthday is every December 25th, but he's not real.
That's true.
So
wait, is it Santa's birthday on December 25th?
Don't logic that, okay?
I'm just asking questions.
Don't try to logic it away. Kuipers is here, turning the knobby knobs.
Woohoo!
Yo, how's it going over there?
You know me, twisting them knobs as usual.
I know what you like.
Yeah.
You dirty pervert.
Mm-hmm.
I plead the fifth.
It's good to be here.
Yeah.
I wish 24 a Welsh.
Yeah, a Welsh 24.
I can't. It's
Hello.
like the color on the screen is bad.
Are you losing your eyesight?
It's not compliant. It's like a bright neon light green.
It's
on
a neon
white.
green on white. Yeah, it's not. It's not weird. A Welsh 24. Hello, welcome to the chat. They said Santa is probably Jesus.
We cannot confirm that.
We can either confirm or deny. I mean, I suppose if they're sharing a birthday, there's a
coincidence there.
There's a coincidence there.
That's where it ends, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
I've heard of people treating Jesus like Santa.
That is true.
But I don't think they're
Ask
the same
for
person.
a gift.
Oh, man, Kyle. It's been a whole week since I saw you last.
It has been.
And now we're here, and we still don't have Jeremy because he's out gallivanting around. Is gallivanting a word? Is that something I just made up?
Sounds like something.
Did I merge two words?
It sounds like you merged gal and
Fanting?
fanting.
I said gallivanting. Oh, wait, it's gallivanting maybe with a V. And I said fanting with an F.
Right. Gallivanting.
We're breaking down the human, or not the human, but the English language.
human language.
And the human language of English.
It is the human language. Everyone knows that if you speak, I mean, even in other countries, you speak English. Mm-hmm. That's what I've learned from my television.
When my daughter was real little, our dog's name is Hermione, and my daughter informed me that Hermione doesn't speak human Spanish, and that made me chuckle a lot.
Doesn't speak human Spanish?
Yeah. And I thought, you're not wrong, but you're not right either.
That's true.
Yeah.
You're right and wrong.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't speak human Spanish. Neither do I.
Right.
Espanol?
Sí. Me gusta.
Me gusta al baño.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Margarita. It's nice to get back in the waters of the bathtub.
Yes.
Dip my toes in, get warm, get jiggy with it. Nah. Will Smith needs to release an album. I think it's time.
Probably.
Yep, and it's going to be clean. It's not going to have an explicit lyric.
Right.
In it.
One of those that your grandma can listen to and be proud of.
Grandmas like rap music is what I'm told.
Welcome to the chat. And Antrea?
Hi, I'm excited. They said. I don't know why I said she. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He.
They.
I got to remember
person.
my pronouns.
The Twitcher said, "Hi, I'm excited," and then they said, "Because it's the TUBCAST."
Why not? Right? Why not? Why not be excited?
It's a good place to be excited.
You need to be hype all the time, or nobody wants to pay attention to you.
Right.
I wonder if we could do this whole episode like a shoutcasters. That would be
hype. Great.
Just like
I love it.
Yeah, like that. Anyways, it's
That's not yelling.
That's not
You're
yelling.
not hyped.
You're too loud.
Sorry.
Settle down. You're
I
scaring
was trying to be
people.
hyped.
Okay, I'm not. I don't have it in me.
You don't have it in you. Okay.
I'm tired.
Cool.
No, I'm not tired, actually.
No problem.
I'm fine. I am a little
No
sleepy.
problem.
I've been staying up way too late every night.
Yes, you have.
I haven't been getting
I have
good
noticed
sleep.
this based on your Nintendo gameplay.
I've been playing a lot of Dragon Quest Builders 2.
Yes.
The game of our lifetime. The game of a generation.
You've already crowned it the game of the year.
Mm-hmm.
You said it off camera, but I'm going to put you on the spot and throw it in there. You've said that.
It is. It's going to be, it's going to be in my top 10 of the year at least. There's still some stuff coming around the corner. Maybe something will win, but man, this game is good. I love the first one. There were definitely some glaring issues with it. The second one, I feel like addressed a lot of those. The one thing it didn't fix is the combat is still pretty weak.
Okay.
I even find myself going, oh man, I got to fight something. And I get kind of bummed and I want to do the more creative stuff or the exploring.
Like building?
Exploration and building. That stuff's fun.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to Kuipers before the show started. I found out that he started playing it. So finally I got someone on my side here who's going to root for the game with me.
Whoop, whoop.
I'm happy. Kuipers, you're enjoying the game.
I'm definitely enjoying the game.
Okay, good. I wanted to point out that if you did try the first one and you were kind of turned off by the fact that okay, first of all, if you don't know what Dragon Quest Builder is, let me try to explain it in as quickest fashion as I can.
You build dragons.
No.
With quests.
It's like an RPG Minecraft in a way.
Okay.
That's the best way I can. I know someone would go, oh, Minecraft's like an RPG. Well, go away. You're not part of this conversation. You're
No, that's supposed to be coming out next year, I think.
No, that's a dungeon crawler. That's like Diablo.
Dang it.
Which I guess, okay, Diablo's
kind
of an RPG in some ways.
Nailed
it's a
it.
different kind
Got
of
it
RPG.
right.
It's close.
Nailed it.
Anyways.
I know what I'm talking about.
So this game, it definitely has RPG elements to it. But it's all blocky like Minecraft, and you can go and you can explore and collect items, and you can build stuff, and then you've got these people who rely on you to build things. I had a kind gentleman in the first village I was in come up to me, and he was very stressed out about the fact that he had to make a boom boom. And
make a boom boom,
and he couldn't. He got.
Are we talking about fireworks?
He got tired of having to go out into the woods to make the boom boom, and he wanted.
For those who can't figure it out,
he needed me to make him a private bathroom,
so you had to build a bathroom.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And so it was pretty much a clay pot with a towel on the wall and a curtain to cover it. And I built the room for him, and he was very appreciative. And he said, thank you. And then later I had a quest to make. I don't even remember what I had to make, but it required night soil. And I was like, well, what the heck's night soil? Where am I going to find it?
Soil that's made at night.
Soil of the night, right? Well, someone else informed me that I could go up to this bathroom I created and empty out that pot. Found the night soil.
Night soil. Man. Some of these games that you play, between Night Soil and Puff Puff, we've learned a lot over the last
both Dragon
year.
Quest games, by the way.
that is true. Dragon Quest is a very informative game.
I gotta say though, even the writing on this game is so silly a lot of times, and in a good way. I don't mean that in a negative way. It's just goofy, and I kind of love it. But yeah, so. If you're familiar with it at all, you kind of start out in this village, you build it up, you do all these quests, you help the people there, and then once it's over, you kind of move on to your next thing. And so so the first game, people were kind of upset because they're like, "Oh, I invested all this time, and now it's gone. That sucks.
Sure,
I don't want to do that." And there were 4 islands you would go to. In this game, I believe there's 3 islands. Well, technically 4. There's this main island that you start on, and then from there you sail to the other 3, and those are the ones that are temporary, but you come back and you can recruit people from these other islands to bring to your main island, where you can build kind of a utopia of sorts that last, and you can bring back all the stuff you collect and everything. So they really kind of fixed that problem with I lose all my creation. It's well, maybe don't focus your really nice stuff on all those separate islands, build on your main island.
Build on the main one. Okay.
And there's quests there to build things. Right now I'm building some fun things on the main island, and so it's a really, really fun game. If you like creative games and you like to have, I guess it's if you like having kind of a task list with your creativity. So it's it's not just aimless.
Okay.
like a Minecraft can be sometimes, which I love that. But it's also
I do love that.
But this is just a little more of a hey, like this is a more like structured, creative game. Like
I wonder if that's one that would give me a little more longevity with the game, because I found myself. I mean, I know we've talked about this several weeks ago. We both kind of fell into the Minecraft world again, and I've kind of fallen back out because I've built what I had envisioned, and now I'm kind of like, okay, well, now what do I want to do next, or what should I build next? And my whole creativity to some degree has felt like it's kind of stunted or just kind of like dried up.
Yeah.
So having the quest seems like that would be pretty cool, because
there's a lot of block games out right now, like building block games, because you've got we spent a lot of time on Minecraft recently because there was not a lot out there, and then I've been playing this, and the other game I've been playing a lot of is Mario Maker 2, which is kind of about building with blocks if you're in the creative portion of it.
Mario Maker 2 has kind of informed me after playing several very, very, very great levels that I just am not very creative in level building.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you yourself have said
I
that
said
I'm
on
very
one
repetitive in one part.
Just one part of your level annoyed me because it was so repetitive.
Right, so you haven't gone back and beaten it yet.
No, I didn't want to. It made me mad.
I went back and I tried to beat the Okamicon one again this week, and yelled at my TV and was not very happy with you.
It's a mean level. I get it.
It is.
It's not.
It is, because I got further than I had before, and then I was like, "What is this hot garbage that I can't get to where I need to go?" Because there's tricks and traps and
it's
terrible.
It's a mean, nasty level.
It's a mean, nasty level.
I'd love to see someone actually beat it, like just for my own joy. But
I just kind of want to see like the overall map of it, just to kind of have an idea of what on earth the path even is. Like, and it's so much of it is so far into the level that like by the time you've gotten to that point and you're like, wait, I don't even have enough of a chance to explore this to figure out what the next thing is if I make the wrong decision, or if I'm not quick enough. So that was my experience with it.
Yeah, I love seeing the creativity come out of that game.
Yeah.
And people they make some really, really fun stuff, and there's just different ideas and things that come up. And there's that one that's already become a meme with the like giant fireball arms that are spinning. Have you seen that all over Twitter?
I've seen that one.
Oh my gosh, it's everywhere. But it's just like Mario just barely avoiding these giant like I don't know what they're
I think
called.
it was like the first game, like the very first level of the first game, but just with like firewalls, like the fire spinner.
Yeah,
thingies.
they like rebuilt the first.
Oh man.
Like original Mario Brothers, and then they had these firearm things that are like spinning around, and they're really, really long, and it's great.
I just started the other night playing some of the endless. That one where it just like continues to feed you into levels until you die. Until like you run out of lives.
Mm-hmm.
Which that's really cool and a really fun way to be able to experience a bunch of different levels that you're like, hey, that was kind of cool. Move on to the next one and not have to like go search out specific levels to play. So I've been enjoying that a little bit.
Yeah. Right. I think it's a good game. But I don't want anyone to misunderstand me. Dragon Quest Builders 2 is a really, really good game. I know. Kuipers, do you have any thoughts on that game? I want to hear. I didn't get to you. If you had any feelings on Builders.
On Builders.
Yeah.
Soil. Oh, geez, you put me on the spot here.
I'm sorry. Did you have anything you wanted to add? That's all I wanted to know.
I would just like further agree with you that the writing for the game like is pretty great. Like there's been multiple times I just find myself just like, wait, they really just said that?
I know. It's like it's written like in meme form sometimes, or like in like social media age, like it has kind of informed its writing in a way that is just like, what? Like I can't believe they used this language for what they are trying to convey. But yeah.
Or just like some of the like setup for something and just like the change that happens, such as like when you're introduced to the Pastor Al. Yeah, then it's just like, oh wait, like, oh, he's just like not just a random nobody, but now he's Pastor Al.
Huh.
I like that they made an Al Pastor joke in the beginning when they introduced him.
That checks out.
It's just one of the it's charming.
That's what I actually thought of when you said Pastor Al. I was like, sounds like a food of some kind.
It's a charming game. It's a fun to play, and it is literally. I know we say a lot of things are addicting in life, like this food is addicting, and this
Cheese
game
curds
is addicting, and this whatever. Dragon Quest Builders 2 is crack cocaine. It should be illegal. Children should not be allowed to touch it. It is such...
You should not be allowed to touch it.
You don't tell me what to do, Kyle.
I mean, I'm just saying. I saw your tweet about seeing some piece of concrete that had spray painted corners on it, and you were like, "Wait, am I awake? What's?" It was the tweet of a delusional man who has not slept in a week because all he has done is played Dragon Quest when he's not at work.
Hey. It's fun and I like it. Don't tell me how to live my life.
I'm not telling you how to live.
No,
your life.
It's really good. It is really, really good. And I feel like it gets overlooked because it looks like a kid game. Like the characters are childish looking and like the premise maybe seems childish to people. And that to me that always bums me out when games get kind of just like brushed off by people because of that first like appearance or whatever. And it's not just for kids. It's
Are the rest of the games in that series? Do they have the same art style and everything?
Kind of yes and no. Like some of the enemies are like exactly the same, like pulled from the Dragon Quest games, but they're very like dwarfy like type characters and builders. Where in the regular games, I don't think that's very common.
Gotcha.
Anyways, that's enough about that. Mario Maker 2, that's a good game. We're all playing it still. Go play that. It's fun. Tweet your levels at us. If you guys have levels that you want, tweet them to @MinuteTub. I want to play your levels. If you have something
no one's
cool.
tried my water level yet.
I'll try it.
Is that really a surprise?
As soon as I mean,
shut up, Kuipers.
Water levels are garbage always, no matter what.
I know.
So that's why
I got to it and I was like, let's just do it. Get it.
People see water and they're like, no, bad.
Yeah.
Like, even when you're playing a Mario game and you get to a swimming level, you're just like, oh, I got to get through this stupid level and get to the good stuff. But maybe yours is different. Maybe yours stands out.
You're right.
Above
It's
the crowd.
different than having to swim to a spot and then jump out of the water to hit hidden bricks and then jump up onto the bricks.
It's not all underwater. Okay?
It's not all underwater.
There's
it's
just
just annoyingly enough little bit of water that you can easily die from all the fish that you can't see.
Eric's O Comic-Con level, Kyle?
Yeah, you should rename that to Eric's O Comic-Con Torture Chamber.
It's a good time.
Of death.
I think once I finish up with Dragon Quest Builders, which, I mean, who knows? At this rate, it probably won't be much longer, but then I'll jump back into Mario Maker and catch up on some of those
Get some more of them levels.
Well, okay. What have you been playing? Any video games other than Mario Maker?
I finished Trover.
You finished that, and that was all right.
It was all right.
Okay.
It was about what you'd expect if you
Trover saves
the universe.
Okay.
A Justin Roiland video game. So
we talked a little bit about that last week.
It's pretty much what I expected it to end. Well, not necessarily what I expected it to end, but it all felt like it was right based on everything I know about Justin Roiland. So there was that.
Right, if according to his
right.
brain.
Yeah, it felt. I mean, it was very wrong, so it felt right according to his brain.
Perfect.
Played a lot of Apex Legends this weekend.
Game's good.
Yeah. I love the new season pass stuff that they've got in there. I spent way more time playing with characters that I had not hardly touched at all.
Yeah. Because
there were the challenges that were set for them.
Yeah, that's what I really like that about the new battle pass.
Yeah. And I don't know. I think I've just gotten the luck of the draw because I had not had a single win in Apex Legends. And I got my first 2 in the last week.
Dang.
So
you're going
pro. One of them I was just like randomly on some Creeper Tots and just randomly joined. And then another one I was playing with my sister's fiance, and he and I didn't even realize that it was down to like only a couple of people.
Yeah.
It was just like we were suddenly in a firefight and running around, and I got sniped. They picked me back up. We ran onto the top of this tower. This guy comes out of nowhere, and I have a shotgun, and I just go, spray him, and then it just said winner, and I was like, wait, we were already down to like the last two. That was it. So I got like the winning kill, and I didn't even realize that we were at that point, which is so different from any other time that I've been that close.
Yeah.
That you're just kind of like, oh man, there's two teams left. What? And then
one dude.
One dude that you take out.
That's awesome.
It was definitely the best battle royale experience I have had yet.
Did you clip that?
I didn't, because it was such a I was in such shock that I didn't even realize that we were that close. Like the other game, I knew. Like I was like, okay, there's only 2 teams left. This is a real thing that we could do.
Well, I gotta say now. I mean, now I don't believe you.
Yeah, I know.
Can't see
I know.
You're probably just lying.
I probably am. I probably am. I mean, and I'm playing it on Xbox, so it's real easy to clip. Just say Xbox, record that.
Any other games? It's crazy that you can still say that.
I know, right?
Because no one can say that but you. You're the only one.
I'm
who
the
can
only one
still
with
say
my
Xbox to their Xbox. Like I don't know anyone that hasn't like just like either taken their Kinect and thrown it in the trash, or like it switched over to Cortana. Because
I just never switched over to Cortana.
It like did that in an update. I didn't even think you had a choice.
Yeah, you still have a choice. Like it never. I never. There was like a specific thing that said, "Hey, change this. You can change this over now to Cortana to use it."
Oh, and you just never did.
I just never did. So
cool.
I'm one of those
you
old
can still
fogies.
say Xbox.
Yeah, I can still say Xbox, and I have Games Pass. So I'm an old man.
Why does Games Pass make you an old man? I don't even understand that reference.
I don't know, because anytime I ever mention anything about having it, people are like, "Wait, that thing still exists?"
Games Pass.
Not Game Pass. GameFly. Sorry. See, I'm an old. I can't even remember what I'm talking about.
I was gonna say like Game Pass.
No, not Game Pass.
Not
Game Pass is
old.
not very old. GameFly.
Oh,
That's what I meant.
GameFly does feel like it's of a different era. Like I mean, it used to be like much more popular in the past.
Oh yeah. And
like I think people just forgot about it.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I don't think I've.
What? Anything else this week?
Not really. I downloaded. I never played any of the Gears games, so I figured since they're all on Game Pass, I should probably at least play 1 or 2 of them before September. So I downloaded one. I haven't started it yet, but I mean, because they've only got. Let's see.
You downloaded one or the first?
I downloaded one.
The first one.
Yeah, the first one, like the remastered version for Xbox. Yeah. I don't know if I would go back and play 2 and 3 or not. I guess it just kind of depends on how I feel after playing through that one.
They kind of feel like the Fast and Furious of video games. I'm just gonna give you that.
Okay.
Like there's a Dom in it.
Oh my. So, okay. Okay.
Not a dominatrix or anything. Don't get that confused. But a Dom. And
Dominic.
They're very like bro-y.
Okay.
And they give off like by the third one, there's a lot of this like we're family vibe going on. And I'm just saying. I know you're going back and rewatching all the watching the Fast and Furious movies again.
I've never okay.
Or for the first time.
Yes,
Sorry.
I watched one of them
in the past.
I think it was the 4th one in the series.
Okay.
Because I think you drugged me to the theater for
I don't
it or
remember
something.
doing that, but
or maybe it was like one of those movie nights at your house and it was
I don't
just
think I
released.
would have made people watch that.
But you did because you were a fan of that series.
Not that. No, I didn't really become a hardcore fan till like 5 and 6 came out. Like I don't think 4. Maybe though. I don't know. When did 4 come out? What year?
2009.
Something like that. Timeline lines up.
It
That's
lines
true.
up that it could. I mean, I can't think of anyone else that I would have been hanging out with that would have been like, no, yo, dude, we got to go see this movie.
Okay, so anyways, it's funny to me that you're watching those now, and then you mentioned Gears of War because maybe a lot of the stuff happened around the same time, so I just have melded it into my head and the Dominic thing.
I mean, I will say I have from everything that I've seen of a lot of those games early on, especially, had a lot of that very bro mentality that kind of turned me off to the games at first, which I think is part of the reason I never really got into them.
Yeah.
Or picked any of them up, but
they're great games.
We'll give them a chance.
I mean, active reload is probably one of the coolest things in the game. I know it's kind of a silly, like you could say it's a gimmick, but it's like a mini game inside of a game.
Gimmick.
Like it's like you hit reload, And then if you tap the button again right at the right moment, you get like extra ammo and stuff like that. I don't know. It's,
nice.
It's a cool little thing. And then like the chainsaw gun is pretty awesome. And just,
okay.
I don't know. It's a cover shooter that like is the kind of original, like it spawned all these other games that do cover shooting. Like when you play The Division, like there is a part of that it's like, hey, some dude played Gears and like was inspired to build this cover system, kind of like Gears.
Okay,
like
awesome.
So it's a good game. Good series.
We could transition though to
Fast and Furious. So how's that going for you? You're on the sixth one.
I've watched 6 of them.
Uh-huh.
Which means that there's 2 left that I haven't watched.
All in preparation for Hobbs and Shaw.
Hobbs and Shaw, because you've set up a party.
We're all gonna go see it.
Some close friends to go and see this movie.
It's gonna be an experience.
And after watching the 6th one and seeing some of the information that has been given to me, I am finding it really hard to believe that 2 more movies are going to convince me that maybe this one guy I should root for as he's trying to save the world with this other guy. So we'll see.
You don't want to spoil anything.
I don't want to spoil anything for anybody who hasn't seen this series that's been going for almost 20 years.
I'm just saying, like, Fast 5 is just like, it just takes off from there.
It
like,
does.
5, 6, 7, 8 are all just.
I gotta say, I kind of hate the fact that, like, I don't know, The Rock seems like he's not. It seems like it just kicks it up into this really weird, different level with him in it, that he steals the show and it's almost become a Rock movie instead of.
That's probably why Vin Diesel and him don't get along.
Yeah, I mean, I like watching it, like especially that 5th one, because it was very much like the 2 of them clashing heads.
But I mean, I don't know if you can handle this excitement, but I'm pretty sure there were rumors of John Cena.
Yeah, I saw that he's supposed to be in the 9th one. But I don't think that The Rock's in the 9th one.
Yeah, that's because of the Hobbs and Shaw thing. And
and they also, I think, what was it, Tyrese Gibson, is that his name? He said that he would not do another movie if The Rock was in it because of the diva garbage that's going on between them all.
And then there was, but then like Dave Bautista made some statement about not being in those movies, like because what he thinks they're bad movies, and so, and he only does good movies. And
no, hang on.
And I'm just like,
this is what we need to happen, okay?
And I'm just like, Bautista, come on, man.
No, listen. This is how it should go down. Fast and Furious 9. Everyone but Dom dies, okay?
All right.
Dom starts with a new family and crew.
Yeah.
In the 10th movie.
I'm hearing you out.
All right. This. Batista, he's one of them. You got Bradley Cooper, who kind of takes that O'Connor type of place. Hang on, hear me out. O'Connor. And then you could have Zoe Salindar show up as one of the chicks in the movie, and then of course Chris Pratt can just be like your funny Vince type of guy.
Why are you making this weird Fast and Furious fan fiction? FFFFF.
Because it would be Fast and the Furious Guardians.
Oh, okay. You're just trying to put Guardians of the Galaxy in there.
The idea of Bautista being in the movie spawned that in my head.
I just think it's funny that like he just put out a movie about like hanging out with a Uber driver
which looks hilarious.
I know, but it doesn't look like it's the greatest movie.
Yeah, no, it looks like a terrible, stupid comedy that is going to be funny because of the 2 of them.
And I'm like, okay, it looks all right, but the fact that he goes and he's throwing shade at the Fast series and going, oh, well, I only make good movies. I'm like, okay, chill out, buddy. Like, just settle down.
He just doesn't want to be associated with bro culture.
Oh, okay.
Maybe that's what it is.
He's Dave flipping Bautista. Like,
I know.
mean, I don't know how you don't at least somewhat anybody with that many muscles.
Sure, but
it's hard to
I feel like everything
culture.
that I have seen him in movie wise has been like not quite that same.
Right, he does
type of role that like the
Rock
Cena has
done that stuff too, though. Like where he's in comedies and he's hilarious in it. Like, and so I don't.
Yeah,
and I don't.
But I think that that Bautista maybe is just trying to draw a line there because like
you
the
keep
movie
saying Bautista. I'm just curious.
Yeah, I'm saying it wrong.
No,
aren't I?
I'm just. Is there an O in it, or is it A? I thought it was
Bautista. It's Bautista.
Bautista. Like B-A-U.
Oh, it's Bautista.
Yes.
I always thought it was Bautista.
Bautista.
Well,
I think it's
spelled B-A-U-T-I-S.
So that's like almost like if it had an X in there, it could be Bautista. I don't know. Anyways, doesn't matter. Sorry. I was just like, how is it spelled? Am I saying it wrong?
I don't know. I
anyway.
say a lot of things wrong apparently. Just
You
ask
do?
my wife.
Oh,
I don't know. There's
Your wife sounds like a jerk.
She's not a jerk.
Teasing.
I just say things stupidly.
Sorry, Caitlin. I was just joking.
Everyone knows I say things stupidly. If you've got like hundreds of episodes of the TUBCAST to go back tape wise.
Fine. I was just curious.
I know.
So I wasn't trying to beat you up. Anyways, you're gonna be prepared. You only got 2 movies to go.
I only got 2 movies to go.
Until, I think we're gonna go on like August 9th or August 16th or
something
August,
like that.
Something.
Some August date. I've got
So-
like another week and a half of July. I'll be done in the next
You got it.
2 weeks.
You got this.
All
right.
Mostly because I'm just at the point now that having watched all of these in the last 2.5, 3 weeks, I'm like, wait, now what happens? Now that things are clicking, this bigger, greater story that they've been building and layering that they weren't it's amazing to me that series has spawned what it has when you watch that first one, and it's just like, what? How did this like?
Once you get
how did this like really cheesy movie just about racing sports cars illegally on the streets turn into this like basically Mission Impossible but with like criminals instead of like the secret agents?
I don't know. It's just good. That's all it is.
It is.
I mean, I think that I don't know how much credit Vin Diesel deserves, but I think when he came back with the 5th one, like it was very intentional to make it this.
It was the 4th one, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, but when they came out with the 5th one, I think it was very intentional to make it this over the top, like big blockbuster type popcorn movie that the others hadn't quite reached yet, and they really nailed it. I mean, by the 8th one, I mean we're talking there's submarines in that movie. So I'm just.
I mean, every single movie, I'm like, holy crap! How are they going to top that? How are they going to top that? There was the part in this one that I watched last night where they have no, it was 6.
Fast 6.
Where they have the tank that's driving down the road that they have to disable. And he literally jumps out of his car to catch someone in the air and land on the opposite bridge over this giant like ravine that's and I literally thought that was the end of the movie, and I was like, that is the dumbest ending. And like, if that's
and it
how
was
this,
amazing
and
too.
No, it wasn't, because then there was like another 30 minutes left in the movie, and then there was a whole airplane scene where the airplane.
Oh yeah, I forgot that happened at the end.
Blows up. So that was just like, okay, that's an ending. But I was like, this is so. I just laughed out loud because it was so stupid that he would jump. First of all, that he would jump out of this car and try to catch someone, right?
Yeah.
But then the fact that like he like basically defies like physics in a very movie-esque. I think that's where it lies. The fact that it's very just popcorn movie.
Yeah.
That like at this point it's past just like that bro culture of like let's race and hot women and yeah.
And I think that's what like the early movies were definitely that.
Yeah.
And I think so a lot of people are turned off by it and they're like, oh, I'm not going to watch this. But if you kind of have to watch those early ones to get the backstory. And then you get into these newer ones and it's just fun to watch this crazy nonsense and be like, how did they come up with this dumb idea? And it's
also,
just like
I'm
enjoyable.
pretty sure that up until like the 5th movie, every time that Paul Walker is on camera, regardless of what the situation is, he's got this smirk like, I can't believe I'm making this movie. This is such like he's like he's on the like he can't contain the fact that he's in on this joke of in some way, shape, or form.
He was just a happy guy.
I mean, but I like as I'm watching it, that's all I can think of is because everybody else is like taking stuff serious and everything, and he's just kind of got this like derpy, like I'm trying not to laugh look that plays off with his character. But I just like to imagine that he thought he was just giggling to himself as he's going through it because he's in on the joke.
Maybe he was, Kyle.
Maybe he wasn't.
Maybe
I don't know. We'll see. Maybe he was.
You'll see in heaven.
We will.
You'll get to go see Paul.
Yeah.
And be like, family. And then you give
what's up, fam?
And then you give him a hug. And you'd be like, were you in on this joke the whole time?
I'll be like, yes, I was.
Yeah.
I saw it from the first time that I watched it, in 2019.
When you tell your pastor you can't wait to go to heaven so you can see Paul, you're not talking about the author from the Bible.
Not the author from the Bible. I'm talking about Walker.
Paul Walker.
Who are you talking about? That guy? I just want to know if he was really like trying not to laugh during the movies because he was in on the joke.
I just can't wait till I die and go to heaven so I can see Paul, brother Paul, and ask him about the Fast and the Furious movies. That's good. That's a good dream to have, Kyle. Keep the faith.
Keep the faith.
All right, so should we do some newsy things?
I guess. It felt like it's a slow week this week.
There wasn't a lot going on, but there's still some stuff, all right? There's like, was it Comic-Con happening, I think, or something?
I think that's happening this weekend.
Now.
Yeah, right now.
So some movie trailers are coming out. I saw the new It trailer, the final trailer before the film releases, Chapter 2. It looks very good if you're into that sort of thing.
I always forget that it's not just like Marvel's movies that come out with trailers during this weekend.
Well, that's very pretentious.
Well, no, but I mean,
Kyle.
like,
Cats came out. There was a trailer for Cats the film, which what the heck is Cats even about, and how did they make a movie, and who's going to go see that?
I think it's mostly because the idea that it's Comic-Con, so my instinct is automatically geared to comics, and I think of comic movies, but it's so much more than that as far as, like, trailers that get released.
Absolutely, Kyle.
I just forget.
How narrow-minded of you.
Hey, there's a trailer for a movie with John Cena where he's covered in bubble bath playing with fire.
There was a trailer, the new Jay and Silent Bob trailer released. There's a lot of stuff.
Oh, was there really?
Yeah. But
nice.
The one that I really want to point out is this Top Gun trailer.
Okay.
So I'm not.
It's a slow Comic-Con day.
I'm not a big fan of I'm not like a huge fan of Top Gun. Like I remember watching the movie when I was a kid, and I was like, okay, this is a cool thing. But I am a big fan of Tom Cruise. I got to admit it. I like Tommy. He's a great actor. He's a handsome man. He has a nice stride. And what can I say? I mean, the only negative about him is maybe the whole Scientology thing. Anyways, but
I feel like he may be the last real great action hero or like action movie hero, because the genre itself has changed so much over the years. I feel like he's the only one that still is kind of putting out some of the movies that are what made him.
So this trailer, I don't know if maybe Kuipers can play it. You don't have to have the volume up, but just so people can kind of see it in the background here.
Yeah, give me some of that video.
But I put a link in there too, by the way.
I got it.
I was just telling you. I didn't know if you saw it. I'm sorry. Okay. I wasn't trying to tell Kuipers how to do his job, Kyle.
Yeah, you were.
I wasn't, Kyle.
I mean, sometimes he needs to be reminded. You know,
get in line. No, but the thing is, I felt like some people were like, "Oh, this is gonna be stupid," and blah blah blah. Why would you remake it? This trailer, personal opinion here, I think it looks really good, and part of it is like when they show the scenes. There's like scenes towards the end of the trailer where he's like taking off of an aircraft carrier in the plane. And they did it in like that very Mission Impossible visceral, like you feel like you're in the cockpit with him. You see his body jerking as the G's are like pressing against him. Like it feels super realistic. Like it just feels like you're in this cockpit with him. And I think it. I mean, at least from this trailer, it looks like it could actually be a pretty awesome movie. Like I don't know. Maybe it won't be. I won't. I mean, unless we need to make a bet where like if it's bad, I'll show up in the theater in like a flight suit. And I'll just have to like give some speech from the first movie down on the floor in front of the audience before the film starts.
Or maybe you just kind of have to walk through the audience, just finger gunning everybody.
That's disgusting. So I love that they took a while to reveal that Tom was in this, or even what it was. I mean, people probably guessed it, but it's a fun thing. It's a fun to release as a Comic-Con. It looks cool. Look at this part right here. See, this is the part where he jerks when he comes off the thing. It just looks so like, okay, you're in this. I don't know. I love that style of filmmaking.
That's part of the reason that he still is one of the few guys that
I think he has a lot to do with the way the films are made, and he does a lot of his own stunts. He does a lot of stuff that makes it feel authentic. And then you don't see that in a lot of movies, and I think it's cool.
And I feel like the other thing is he's kind of evolved with the way that movies are made. Whereas a lot of other guys that kind of used to play those action hero movies that continually saw them, they didn't seem like their movies evolved the same way that Tom's
they didn't.
have.
I mean, I think the Fast and Furious is a good example of them evolving in a fun way.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's a good example of it. But you're right. Like, I think Tom Cruise's movies like have done that. Like
they've modernized as he has still played these characters that you typically would only see in like the early 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
And it's
Antria is asking, is it a remake or another one? It's actually a sequel.
Yeah.
So it's a sequel. It's technically, I think, part 2, but it's called Maverick.
I think that the early rumors when they announced it was that his buddy from the first one, his kid may be a part of this one.
Oh, okay.
As like somebody that's young. I could be wrong. That may have just been speculation.
Because if you watch the trailer, we didn't really have the sound on, but you hear like this other superior officer talking to him and like, why haven't you, moved on to being a higher officer in the Air Force or whatever, and you're still just flying and blah blah blah. So it's like they're kind of explaining it all, that it's still this. It's a progression of the original character. So.
Right. I mean the plot premise is supposed to be that he's a new flight instructor of Top Gun, in which he guides Bradley, Goose's son, who seeks to become an aviator much as his father was. So cool.
I'm down for it.
Yeah. I should probably go see the first one.
Speaking of movies, Quentin Tarantino's popped up in the headlines again. This story is coming from the avclub.com. It says Quentin Tarantino says that actually Pulp Fiction in space is exactly what his Star Trek movie will be.
Yeah. He was quoted as there's been Simon Pegg has been one of the big advocates saying that, downplaying that it would be a Pulp Fiction in space
because of people freaking out about
because people
Quentin
seeing Quentin Tarantino and they're like, oh, this is just going to be Pulp Fiction in space.
Well, and also because he said it's going to be an
R-rated movie. And I think some of it may be that Pegg is trying to like calm fans.
Thank you for subbing.
Hey, Jolliver, welcome to the chat.
Was that extra loud tonight?
No, it's the same exact amount of loud.
How did you even do that?
I don't know.
Hurts.
I don't know, man. Jolliver, thank you for ruining our eardrums. We love you.
I feel like my eyeballs popped out like a cartoon character. That hurt.
I don't know if it scares the audio listeners or
no, because I've listened and it's not as loud as it is for us.
Great, it's great.
Wazunga.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know if it's like Simon Pegg trying to like calm down the Star Trek fan base to say, hey, look, it'll still be Star Trek. It's not going to be something that's going to be that outlandish
Pulp
or
Fiction
whatnot.
in space.
Yeah. And Tarantino, in a recent interview with Deadline, said, I get annoyed at Simon Pegg. He doesn't know anything about what's going on, and he keeps making all these comments as if he knows about stuff. One of the comments he said, he's like, well, look, it's not going to be Pulp Fiction in space. Yes, it is. If I do it, that's exactly what it'll be.
I love that. It makes my heart grow 3 times larger.
Right.
I love Quentin Tarantino for one, and I love that. Like, I get it. He's kind of old man Hollywood at this point, and like and he doesn't care. And I don't. Part of me loves that there's still someone clinging to the old ways of making films, and just like he's passionate about it, and he's kind of not irrelevant. I mean, someone might say he is, but he's irreverent. And I just love that he comes out and he's just like, what? And Simon Pegg, you don't know what kind of movie I'm making. Like, it's going to be Pulp Fiction in space, which, hey, you want me to become a Star Trek fan. And you're going to tell me you're making Star Trek in space, Pulp Fiction in space. Sign me up.
Yeah. Well, the rest of the interview, he's talking about how he loved William Shatner, all that stuff. There's another big chunk of quote in here that they had that he says, if you've seen my 9 movies...
Quoting Tarantino.
Yeah, quoting Tarantino. He says, you kind of know my way is an R-rated way, and a way that is certain, that is without certain restrictions. So that goes part and parcel. I think it would be more controversial if I said I'm going to do a PG movie, and it's going to fit exactly in the universe. It's not me. What the bleep am I doing? I didn't even do that when I did that CSI episode. He says the thing is, when I talked to JJ about it, it's not that radical. We were just worrying about stuff like that. JJ said, Quentin, I love this idea because I think with Star Trek you can go any way we want to. And he says, look, I got a situation. As long as Paramount likes the idea and the script, they are almost got nothing to lose right now when it comes to Star Trek. Deadpool showed that you can rethink these things, do it in a different way. So even before, he said, so really even before JJ knew what the idea was, his feeling was, if it wants to be an R rating, fine. If it wants to be the Wild Bunch in space, fine. So sounds like there's a lot of support for the idea from different producers and whatnot to do a Star Trek movie like this, which, I mean, seeing this kind of an interview, I really hope pushes that forward, especially since the 4th movie's been kind of delayed because they don't have a Captain Kirk right now. And
why is that? Because
so the 4th movie was supposed to be a movie with like time travel and stuff about Kirk and his dad. And Chris Pine and Chris Hemsworth both wanted like Marvel money. And Star Trek as a franchise just doesn't quite have that same grab, even though I think that they've done well with the 3 movies that they put out since 2009. I don't think they have that kind of ability to pay in that way. So
this, if he gets to make this movie, is it gonna it's gonna be kind of a standalone thing, right? Or will it be in the same universe?
I mean, I would imagine it would be within the same universe, but my guess would be it would probably be something with a completely different crew. I mean,
so it's not going to have the characters we know.
It could be. I think that it could be a little more of a risk for the franchise to use a lot of, like, especially like the cast and crew that we have right now.
Yeah.
Maybe it's something where they take some ideas or some like more fringe characters from the universe and put them into it.
But I would kind of love it if they just took that original characters. Like Spock, like just shoot someone with their little zappy gun and it blows them in pieces, Quentin Tarantino style.
I think if they did that, it would have to be something where you're like, okay, yeah, this is a completely separate universe.
Yeah.
Just because the existing one, that wouldn't fit for any of those characters.
Right.
Because we've already seen them from 4 movies. It wouldn't make sense for them to start dropping F-bombs now after the 3 movies and the things that they've gone through.
That would be messed up.
Yeah, so we'll see. I'm hopeful that this gets made as well as the 4th movie that they were originally
throw the 4th
about.
one out. Who cares about that? I only want this one.
I know you only want that one. As a Star Trek fan, though, I want both of them.
Fanboy.
Yeah.
All right, let's go into
our
next story. It's good. Yeah, I'm just calling you what you are. It's fine. Next story comes from CNN.com. It says, meet the guy behind the Area 51 page. He's terrified of what he's created. So if you haven't been keeping up with this social media phenomenon, we're going to try to, give you a little backstory here. This dude, Mr. Long-haired hippie-looking dude, he made a Facebook page called Storm Area 51. They can't stop all of us, which, by the way, it's a Facebook group. It's a closed group. I signed up before the show tonight to see if I could get invited to it, and I have been invited. Right as the show started, I got an alert that they have welcomed me into the group.
Invite me to that. I want in.
You can just search it yourself, Kyle. No, I'll invite you.
I was gonna say.
Anyways, one of the things, like, let me see if I can find. I don't know. Why don't you start on the story, and I'm gonna look in for something on here. So.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really read much of it, but I mean, like, there, it's something that I think 1.6 million people have clicked going, and then there's another 1.2 million that have indicated that they're interested on the event page. He said that it looks like he's stepped forward, and he said that he created the Facebook page as a joke, not realizing that millions would rally behind this battle cry to see them aliens, quote, at the Air Force facility in Nevada. Most, but not all, knew the desert congregation scheduled for September 20 was in jest, as the page included instructions such as, if we Naruto run, we can move faster than their bullets. Let's see them aliens.
I was looking for.
Yeah.
So, like, that line alone, it just cracks me up, just because I'm imagining a million people Naruto running at an Air Force base and just getting mowed down by soldiers. That would be terrible. That's not funny. But I mean, if you're stupid enough to charge an Air Force base, like, but if you dive into this story a little more, it's crazy because there's like a small town outside Area 51, and like it all links back to like the 80s when I can't think of the dude's name. There was a guy that supposedly worked at Area 51 who was like a whistleblower. And he was recently on the Joe Rogan podcast where this dude who started this Facebook group heard his story, and he's like kind of thinking, okay, let's if we all try to run this thing, all try to run at this base at once, they can't stop us all. And let's see, what's the guy's name? Matty Roberts, I think, was the dude.
Matty Roberts.
That was kind of the whistleblower. So he was on the Rogan podcast, inspired this. And and this guy's kind of like, okay, now in these interviews, he's like kind of freaking out, like maybe the government's going to come knocking on my door. Like, yeah, it was a joke. I was just kidding. And like, obviously this Naruto line was in the description the whole time.
Yeah.
So, and they've updated it to say, we do not support you going to Area 51 and doing anything illegal. But it sounds like I watched a local news report, and this little town, like, for one, it doesn't have the infrastructure to support all of these people showing up.
Right.
And it also is going to be like, just like you better have a good car because there's no like a gas station. There's nothing. There's just a small little like
long ways.
There's like a little diner and gift shop that's all alien themed. So it just, the internet kind of grabbed onto this and just went bananas over the past week. I like, this is kind of funny that Bud Light got out there and they tweeted, screw it, free Bud Light to any alien that makes it out. And so like, it's just stuff like that where when the internet kind of gets on board, now this might seem desperate, or maybe you think it's kind of awesome. I'm kind of in the camp of both. But like Lil Nas did a remix of Old Town Road, and Kuipers, if you can get this video up,
okay,
yeah, because we would definitely want to see this.
I just still the whole thing has blown up in such a way that like the memes that I have seen about. I was telling you before the show. There's the memes out there right now with people named Kyle. Who drink Monster and punch holes in drywall.
Yeah.
And then there's the Karens who call and narc on people and call and complain to customer service. So I have seen maps where people are like, all right, we'll have the Kyles flank on one side, the Karens flank on the other, the Naruto runners coming up the middle, and then you got all the kids that don't have their ADD medication, the ones that like parents didn't vaccinate them, and then all the people who are very, very like gun enthusiasts, all getting together to hang out and let's like it's like a game plan that's been drawn up, but it's like looks like it's been drawn in crayon.
That's awesome. Well, I'm excited to see you run, Naruto run at this Air Force Base, Kyle. So it's all happening later in September, but it sounds like it actually could turn out to be like this big, almost festival. Like 4 bands have said they're going to be there to perform. Like, and so anyways, Little Nas X, whatever, he had released this remix of Old Town Road with the yodeling kid from the Walmart yodeling cowboy kid or whatever. And so they like jumped on this media blitz of Area 51 and made another music video. Like the first music video they released for this remix was like a Apple emoji whatever video of them. And then they made this like, you can tell it's kind of rushed because it's pretty poor animation of a cartoon. It looks like an Adult Swim cartoon that you'd see on very late at night. Maybe can we get a little sound with this first so let's get that copyright infringement. But when at one point when you see the Naruto running, did we miss it, Kuipers?
I knew that was gonna happen.
And ouch, that hurt. Anyways, but out of nowhere, it's like he's just trying to like latch on to everything he can. He has Keanu Reeves Naruto running in this thing. He has all these soldiers peeing their pants as like the 4, Old Town Road dudes ride at them. For some reason, Nas has like a panini in his holster instead of a gun, so I guess that's like an anti-violence thing. But then you got the yodeling kid in there. Billy Ray Cyrus hanging out with an alien that looks like he's smoking a joint, and then they're stealing alien technology. I mean, it's really made. It's just something. I mean,
wow.
I don't even know what's happening with this Old Town Road phenomenon, but I love their willingness. Like, I think Nas has admitted that like TikTok and other memes really made this song popular.
Right.
And so he's just leaning hard into it. Like,
I mean, is this going to be one of those things where they're just going to continue to remix it for everything that happens until the end of time?
He's even tweeted that he has a problem. Like, he's tweeted that like, I know I shouldn't, but all I can think about is like remixing Old Town Road again. Like, must be his favorite thing.
It must be.
I mean, whatever. Go be yourself. Do your thing. I like that there's a panini in his holster. That makes me laugh.
But don't storm Area 51.
No, but if you're going to have a big party out there, that seems cool, right?
Yeah.
Sure. Do that.
I like parties.
Have a big party in the desert. Invite all your friends. Hopefully Keanu Reeves shows up. So there you go. I hope we've learned, you all, if you're seeing weird things about Area 51 and you're like just kind of on a surface level wondering what that's all about, I feel like we've done a service tonight. I feel like we have informed you in a way that maybe you were not informed prior.
I didn't realize that it was a Facebook page that had been created like less than a month ago that sparked this whole idea.
Well, it was actually created in May of 2017.
Oh, but I think there was a post or something that happened.
He made a post in it, recently that really.
Because I was gonna say, I felt like I had seen this like mentioned or something to the effect of "they can't stop us all if we storm it," mentioned a couple of years ago. But that CNN article had said that there was a post or something that they put in early June or end of June. So.
Oh, okay. So there you have it. You could join the group if you want. I mean, here I'm gonna.
Yeah, I want in.
I'm gonna post it publicly on your timeline, Kyle.
Cool.
So that way,
everyone knows that me as a Kyle.
Would be there. You need to be there. It's your Kyle duty. And everyone can find that on Kyle's Facebook page if you want to join.
I'm just gonna comment dope.
I think that about does it for our news. I think we did it. I think we got through all the news. I'm excited for this. I know we've talked about that Star Trek movie before from Quentin.
Yeah.
Man. Also, 26th, that's like next Friday, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is out.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I got to go see that. Yeah, that's going to be good. Oh, one thing, I didn't mention at the top of the show is I watched Dumbo.
Oh, yeah. How was that?
I watched the new Dumbo.
How was that?
How can I explain it?
Was it Dumbo?
I feel like even got a little bit of the vibe. Remember when I interviewed the Kermit dude?
Mm-hmm.
At Comic-Con?
The Kermit dude.
Yeah. He's not Kermit, the voice of Kermit anymore, because I don't know, there's like a weird, he separated with Disney like in 2016 or something. Like
right.
Creative differences. And he kind of hinted at like the bureaucracy issues and like so many layers of approval to get things done and that sort of stuff, that being kind of a problem. And I was watching that Dumbo movie and I was thinking to myself, like, I kind of see it now. Like, you've got this, it's Tim Burton who directed it. And he's a decent director. He's made some good movies. I think his best is Batman Returns. At Nathan Smith, fight me on that. Anyways,
come at him, bro.
I do think though that he's kind of gotten lazy in some of his movies lately.
Okay,
but it definitely feels like all these. You
mean like just relying on Johnny Depp and?
Well, at least Johnny Depp is in this movie.
That one chick that.
Yeah. But it's one of those things where these Disney movies, these live action remakes of the like animated classics, it's turning into this very almost, I feel like it's just so saccharine and so overproduced, and like, because even the early reviews of Lion King make it sound like maybe it's not super great, and
right.
And
which then as I read some of them, I see that it's like, because they're saying that it's basically a shot-for-shot reworking of the movie with like not as much heart or any like inventiveness.
And I think there's something to be said about filmmaking when there's a little, even just a small amount of chaos in it, and there's that's kind of the movie magic of like, hey, we're setting up these shots, and we're maybe the thing isn't going to go down the way we completely intended it to. But I think with Disney, there's no room for that type of movie magic anymore. It's like, hey, we have storyboarded the heck out of this thing. It is planned out to the T.
Right.
This is what we're making. And like, it just feels a little, almost like it's too good to be enjoyable in a weird way. It's just over polished in a way.
It's just like this weird shine that it shouldn't be this.
Yeah, I don't know. It just made it feel. It just took the air out of the room. Like, it just was like, okay, I get what you're doing here. But like, Dumbo's really cute. He looks real, and I don't know.
Right.
So I was feeling kind of not as hopeful about the other Disney remakes. I mean, Aladdin sounds like that wasn't that great. And now Lion King, nah. Dumbo, yeah. Anyways, I think that does it for our show. I just want to mention Dumbo. I want to give a shout out to my boy Dumbo.
Give your boy Dumbo a shout out. Your family.
Family. Yo, Dumbo, where are you at? Where my Dumbos at? Smoke them if you got them. Before we leave, though, we don't want to ever forget to thank the lovely people that make this all possible. They make dreams come true. It's our Patreon peeps. These lovely individuals donate on a monthly level at patreon.com/minuteinthetub to give us the steam to keep this locomotive chugga choo-chooing down the tracks.
That green gooey steam.
Give us your green goo. Pull it out of your pants and give it to us. That's where I keep my money.
Yes. Yes, your money.
So if you want to be cool and give us your goo like J. Oliver and God of Atheists do, head on down to Patreon town. That's patreon.com/minuteinthetub, where you can subscribe at any monetary level you like or can afford or think we deserve. If that's $1, do it. If that's less than $1,
I don't know if they allow
I don't
less
think
than
we
$1.
can do less, so try to make it $1 at least.
Yeah.
So, no, we appreciate that.
It's worth more than that can of soda you're going to buy at work.
Amen.
One day a week, or like one day out of the month, sacrifice that can of soda and help us out.
Yeah, if you think about buying a can of soda every day at work, that seems like a real waste of money if you're paying $1 for it.
Yeah.
I mean, you could get like a 24-pack for like $7 or $8.
But there's some places where the vending machines only show that, I mean, it's expensive sometimes.
But then just buy it at home and bring it to work and put it in the fridge.
Buy it at home.
Or buy it at the store, bring it home, then bring it to work and put it in the fridge.
Yeah, you can't buy it at home unless you're on Amazon.
And then you could
Which
have
that's
you
a
ever
whole other
bought
can of
soda
worms.
on Amazon?
No, I haven't, but I think you can.
I think you can
Actually,
too.
I have.
Surge.
Yeah.
Did it come all shaken up?
No. I mean, I didn't buy it. Jeremy bought it for me as a birthday present. Shout out to Jeremy. Happy birthday, by the way, buddy.
Happy
birthday.
to
Go shout.
you.
Go give him a shout, even if it's the next day that you're listening or watching this.
Yeah,
or
tweet
like
at him, or even better, tag him on Facebook.
every time that you watch this, post on his wall.
Happy birthday,
I'm
Jeremy.
gonna be so happy when like a month from now somebody watches this episode and they're like, oh,
Happy
okay,
birthday,
happy
Jeremy.
birthday, Jeremy.
At Jeremy J. Holt. He turned the big one this year.
The big one.
He's a big boy now.
Very big boy.
And by that, I mean he has to put his big boy pants on. And by that, I mean depends, because he's an old man. Happy 40th, Jeremy. Love ya. I love you, Gramps.
Oh, man.
I'm not far behind, so I can only tease and jest for a bit.
I mean, same.
Same. I mean, you still got a ways to go, Kyle. I'm like,
Hey, but it's less ways to go than I have.
Yeah.
Shut up, Kyle.
Shut up, Kuipers.
Get me out of here, Kyle.
Sorry.
Shut up, Kuipers, you little baby. You green-bellied, wet behind the ears.
Did you notice that out of those pictures of us as old men, the only one that was smiling was Kuipers?
Yeah. It's probably because he's the only one that got in a good retirement home.
Yeah.
The rest of us were beat up by life.
I knew how to invest my top bucks. What can I say?
Yeah, true. You knew where to put the tub bucks. You put your green goo in the right place for retirement. I got into some Ponzi scheme with Bill Chestnut and it didn't work out well.
Bill and those Ponzi schemes, man.
Don't listen when Bill tells you where to put your goo. I tell you that sometimes you just want to put your goo where you shouldn't put your goo. But I know this man who works down in Chinatown. He gave me some of his moonchang ching. I'm not sure what it is. It's some sort of dish that the Asian folk like to eat. And then he told me if I invest in this, we could sell these little yellow monster things to the children. And then the children will buy the yellow monsters and they put them in their pocket. And they go down and then they take it and they trade them with the things. And then what we did is we thought we'd hide the drugs in the little monsters. And then we'd trade the little monsters for the green goo. And I told them that if you invest your green goo in the monster trading, everything will be okay, but now I'm in prison.